Let's talk now about the heat map tracking console. It will show you at what point through the webinar event your visitors are abandoning the webinar broadcast room, so you know what parts of your webinar video you might want to record again. For example, if you see a spike in dropouts around halfway through the video, around the 50% mark, you'll know that you might want to spice up that part of the video to keep your attendees engaged. On the other hand, if the dropout rates are high at the beginning of the event, then you know you're probably wasting too much time at the webinar introduction, and therefore you should speed it up and move faster onto the beefy part of your presentation. Finally, if they leave your webinar by the end of the presentation, then don't change a thing. Your video is already pretty good, since it's keeping them engaged all the way through. Good job! The heat map analytics will help you in improving your webinar videos to perfection, knowing what parts to change and what parts to leave alone. Let's wrap it all up. It's about time to wrap up this presentation, shall we? So let's review how the webinar process flow works. Firstly, you need to pre-record your webinar video presentation. Then, you need to configure the dashboard as per your desired parameters. Then, you are to publish the webinar online, either on our servers or on your own. And finally, get the webinar custom link and start driving traffic to the webinar registration page. From that point on, your job is finished. You can literally forget about it, because hereafter it will run all by itself. As your visitors register to the webinar, the script will subscribe them to your own mailing list, to the built-in notification system, and to the SMS alerts if they opt for it. Immediately after, they will be redirected to the registration thank you page, where the default video will show them how to proceed from there, and they will gain access to your cool free bonus if they refer their friends back to the registration page, bringing in further more and more traffic. From that point on, the built-in notification system will kick in, sending those email reminders as the webinar date and time draws near. Eventually, they will be sent a final email with the link to log into the webinar live broadcast room. If enabled, they will also receive an SMS alert. If they log in too early, they will land on the countdown page. And from there, as the countdown ticks to 0, they will be automatically redirected to the webinar live broadcast room. And there, your pre-recorded video will start streaming, the attendee list will populate, and the delayed buttons and polls will kick in at the appointed time through the video. After the webinar, the notification system will send an email to those who missed the webinar so they can watch the recorded version at the webinar replay page. Your subscribers will be visiting your sales page, both from the webinar broadcast room and from the webinar replay page, and hopefully they will be buying your product. And from there, finally, you can simply check your tracking stats at the analytics dashboard. Analyze them in detail, see what has worked and what hasn't, retweak and reconfigure the webinar at the configuration dashboard once again to get the whole process started over and over and over again. Seriously, do you see the power here? Do you see how incredibly powerful the automated webinar generator software is, and how it can automate and leverage your webinars to bring your internet business to a whole new level? So, what are you waiting for? Secure your copy today, start creating those webinars, and let's make some serious cash online, shall we? Trust me, the world's savviest internet marketers are already doing it, and you don't want to miss this train, do you? Thanks for watching.